that any better?
I think that's better
Okay, then. That's good.
because I was
Okay.
getting echo and I couldn't turn my echo off.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Can hear an echo. No, thought I did. No.
Okay. I think we got it caught up now. Hey,
Ed,
Sunstar. Good evening, my dear.
Ed, Russell,
And Edward and
Brenda,
Russell.
Sunstar. Let's see how we. Huh? Okay, got the chat. So let's see how this goes. Okay. So what's the weather like there?
It's bright and sunny. It
Oh,
rained
that's
like
good.
hell all the way until about 1 o'clock. Then it cleared up.
Mudball, Donald, good
Donald.
evening. Good evening. Hmm. Been raining here all night, so hopefully it can stop sooner or later. We can get some sun. Otherwise, been really dreary. Okay. Safe driving, Dusty. Safe driving.
Dusty's driving.
On the highway headed home.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully he's not too far away. It is now.
That's a word now. Chatter.
It is now. People that chat become chatters. I think that's a very valid topic. Life in the fast lane. Hmm. Okay. That's good then. All right. Where is everybody? Wake up. Afternoon nap time.
Oh man, scratchy back. Hey, here comes Joe after his day of moving. How'd it go, Joe?
Oh man, we're gonna be partying tonight. I got my house back.
You got your house back. Good.
Oh, I'm telling you, I found out how old I was today. God darn. I got up. We left here like 6:30 this morning to go get the truck. Got the truck, brought it back here. He just started loading. I put the dogs in the kitchen and stayed to make sure they couldn't get out back and forth while he was loading stuff. He says, "I got this. Just let me load." So he kept doing this, right? We finally leave here about 9:15. We got the truck about 7. About 9:15, he was finished loading the truck. After we went to the storage unit first,
Okay.
and got his big stuff out the storage he needed. You know, a couple of things he needed out the storage unit. Came back here, loaded all his stuff from in the room. Went over there, and he's a third story apartment. Third story, right?
3 stories up.
No elevator. I got up. I walked up there with nothing in my hands. Just walked behind him. Got up to the top, and I was out of breath. He looked over at me. I was out of breath. My chest started hurting, and he said, "You just stay up here. I got it." It was that bad that I couldn't go back and forth. I had to stay up there. He'd bring stuff, and I just start setting it up for him.
Okay.
But it was terrible.
Mm.
But his place is beautiful. It's nice. The ex was supposed to come over with the daughter to help too. They didn't show up till after 2 o'clock.
Nah.
And we said, "Figures, you know." But he was up. He was up for 22 hours straight.
Jeez.
22 hours straight from working and everything else.
So did you load up your stuff from the storage locker?
No, I told him, I said, "Don't worry about it right now," because he's got to the end of the month to get it out.
Oh, okay.
And he said that he'll do something tomorrow. He'll go over because his truck he can do. My stuff going in the back of his truck, his regular truck.
Yeah.
So he said, "I'll go over tomorrow and bring you some stuff." And he said,
Andrew?
Friday I'll bring some more over. A
Ryan,
couple of trips. I said, "Good. Just take your time. Don't worry about me." I said, "Just if you can get it in before end of the week, that's better. Because Monday and Tuesday I'm gonna be so busy with pictures, I don't want to look at it."
mm,
I said, "Because whatever's in that room is gonna be in that room if I can't get to it." But I mean, just the stuff that came out of my front room that he took with him I got twice as much room now. The dogs went running in the room after we got back. It looked around right after he left, right? Cleo went running to the door and started barking at the door. So, "What do you want? You want him back?" She would turn around. She wanted me to tell him to come back, you know? Because I think Cleo's more his dog than my dog. And she's so glad to see him when he's here. She'll run all the way back as fast as she can to him, see him, and run all the way back and let me know, "Hey, I went and saw him." Yep. But I think what happened was it was all concrete, going 3 flights of stairs, and I'm on carpet most of the time in here. And walking
Mm.
around hardwood floors for those 3 or 4 hours, my ankles hurt, my feet hurt.
Mm.
It's got to be the difference in what I was walking on.
Mm.
I told him, I said, "That's okay." I said, "I'll come back over," but I said, "But I'm gonna have a different pair of shoes on."
How were the pupper dogs while you were gone?
Oh, they were fine because I left them the normal the way they were. Put them back in the hallway. When I got home, put them back in the kitchen.
You told
But-
them where you were going and they were all right with that?
But they were all right to the fact that they knew when he was moving stuff, they couldn't come out the kitchen. They didn't bark like they usually do. But he had an issue with the
Awesome.
sofa and that queen size bed he's got. It's heavy, and he had the dolly to bring it up. And when he got the sofa on the dolly, he couldn't get it up the stairs because it got rails, and it was touching both sides. So he looked at me and he says, "I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out." I said, "Well, I'll come down and I'll get on one end and we'll just take one step at a time." I said, "We can get it up." And about that time, a guy came out one of the downstairs apartments, and he looked over. He said, "Oh, I got this. Come on." They grabbed it and they brought it up. And he said, "You got any other stuff you could have a problem with?" He said, "The mattress. Let's go." So he helped them bring it up. And then Justin said, "I'm gonna bring up." Justin said to me, "I'm gonna bring up the glasses. Get me some water because I forgot to bring water." The guy came back and gave him two of the big body armor waters. Because the guy looked like he worked out too. And Justin looked like a beast the way he was dressed. And wait till he went back over there just now with all his weapons and his unit and everything else. So he's going back up there. So they're gonna might be calling the police on him.
Yeah, looking at guys again, Joe.
Now, does he have a gun locker over
Watch
there?
No, he don't. He'll be in his apartment. But most, he's only a couple of them that he'll have in the apartment. One the AR, only want to be in the apartment. I told him, I said he needs to think about getting something to lock it up,
Yeah,
or at
gun
least have a
locker.
lock on it.
Yeah, a small gun locker, you know?
Yeah.
Donald, Dusty, Lone Star, Edward.
But as he was leaving, I told that little Google unit over here to play Black Eyed Peas is going to be a good night tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight's going to be a good night. He started laughing when he was walking up. I said, "Well, actually, I'm talking about you. Your girlfriend's coming over." Yeah, I got a feeling that she is his girlfriend again. Because he's supposed to be going over there tonight. And yesterday he was working and she was taking a bath and talking to him from the bathtub, sending kind of halfway pictures,
So she's going to help him put stuff away. Is that what she's up to?
No, he's going over by her house tonight. So he's
Oh.
probably not even sleeping at his tonight. And tomorrow she's coming over and he's going to make tacos and everything for her. So she's probably staying over there tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So it's probably back on. That's good. He needs to get away. He needs to get back into that.
Tim.
Hey,
Oh.
Jackson Gaming. Tim, how you doing?
Him.
Andrew.
All I know is going to be a hell of a lot
Morning.
quieter around here.
Yeah, you're not gonna know how to act.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know how that. I'm going to know how that.
Exactly.
Don't worry about that.
Well,
Let's
except
go.
once that goes away, you're gonna say, "Well, I don't have anybody to say bring this home or bring that home or stop on your way and pick me up this."
I didn't do that anyway.
Didn't you?
No, never did.
Well, I thought you every once in a while you had them stop and pick you up a sub sandwich or whatever.
No, never did. Not the whole time he's been here. Now he might call every once in a while saying, I'm on the way home. You want me to get something? But in the 2 years that he was back with me, 3 times maybe. Or he'd walk in, and that might be the 3 times. He also walked in where he went like to some place where he's getting off of work and he's a cop and they give him free food. So he's getting the free food, so he gets something for me. He get something extra. That's happened a couple times. I'm just glad I got some room back. It's not as crowded as it was.
Oh yeah.
But when I told him, I said, "I'm just letting you know. I am definitely, if I buy some house somewhere and I'm moving, I'm paying somebody to move. I'm not moving shit."
That makes sense.
They're going to move me in.
10 years I've been here, I've moved 3 times, and every time it sucked.
I hate moving.
Because Sarah and her mom could pick shit up. Her dad was wheelchair bound, so guess who loaded and unloaded 99% of the shit?
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Justin That's when he moved in here, he had to move in by himself. But I was in the middle of football or something during the time, and I wasn't here when he was moving in. And everybody was on SWAT today except him. And the other two friends were working today at different departments. So he was
Ah.
stuck. But he only had, like I said, he only had the three heaviest things he had: the mattress, the mattress, the sofa was the heaviest thing. Mattress was just awkward. And then he had two dressers that he was bringing up, but he took all the drawers out.
Sure.
So he had the empty dressers in the drawers, and he took them two at a time. So that you could pace yourself like that.
I mean, to be honest, though, if you moved into a house, it'd be pretty fucking empty because you'd be going from a 2-bedroom apartment to a pretty big house, huh?
Oh yeah.
You don't have that much shit. You'd have to end up buying furniture.
Well, that's my whole plan. If I got the money to buy the house, I got the money just to go pick out the furniture and have it delivered. And I don't have to worry about the shit I got here. I can find out
Hell
like my
no.
neighbor and say, y'all need a recliner, you know?
Then just walk out and leave everything.
No, I wouldn't do that. Wouldn't be the first time somebody's done that around here. But I'd get like my next door neighbor that we talk all the time. I'd say, I got this recliner if you want it. You know, you'd have it. You know, there's one chair I'd keep over here because that Tino's in it all the time.
Yeah, that's
That's
his
Tina.
recline.
That's his chair. It's a bubble chair. You know, there's the TV. Where I got the TV at, that would definitely come. It's like an entertainment system. My bedroom would come, but that's it. You know. Other than that, I'd have to go in and say, rooms to go. This is what I need. Bring it to me. Found another house a couple of days ago, about 4 houses from my brother. Now, this is a pretty house. So it's newer, in better shape, got a big backyard, but it's right here. It's only about a mile from me. And I was telling Justin, I said, you know what? This might even be nice because it's still right here, right down the street from the grocery, you know? I said, I'm right in the middle of everything. And it's a beautiful house. You don't have
Okay,
the land, but
Andrew.
I can live without the land.
What's up, TJ?
Yay.
Where's TJ?
And
I'll see
Andrew.
him. So
Said hi,
Andrew,
everybody, between Andrew and Dusty.
TJ.
I mean, and that's the thing, like Andrew said, you can pack the shit up yourself in the house. Then you
Yeah.
just have a movers come and they'll take it down the stairs and put it on the truck
Yep.
and come in on, I'd rather pack my own stuff and then have somebody just come in and grab all the boxes and take go. I mean, if you're having like serious movers coming in where they're actually packing all your shit professionally and everything, you know how much money you're gonna pay?
Oh yeah.
That's expensive. Just to get movers moved from your house from there to say a new house that's say 10 miles away. That will give or take 10 miles away. You'd be probably looking at a couple grand.
Oh yeah.
So you definitely don't want to have them come in and packing everything professionally because then you're really going to pay out the ass not to go that far.
Yeah. My son was telling me that around all the Marine bases, they've got organizations that have movers that you tell them what time you need the movers, you have all your stuff packed up. They'll come out and unload your truck, put it in your house, or take it and put it in your truck. And they about $100 a piece.
Oh, they have to make,
100 to 150 a piece, something like that.
yeah, they gotta make something. I mean,
Yeah. and it's just a couple of guys that are looking for something to do on the side. So everything depends on the side. How many? I think it depends on how many rooms. And it starts at like I think $100 each.
I
So
mean,
if
they're
it's like a
giving them a
one bedroom,
really,
it's like $100 each.
they're giving them a really good deal, but yeah, they gotta make something.
Yeah, and like he likes the deal because he's done that. He did that at when he went back this last time. When he got there, he had them meet him about a half hour. They met him about a half hour after he got there, and he said these three guys walked in. He said it cost me $400. He said I didn't touch anything. They had everything off my truck in 30 minutes.
Dude, I hated at my middle school and high school, dude. It was like 90, like I said, almost all the kids at in our district were either active military members' kids or your parents worked for the military.
Yeah.
And it sucked because about half of the kids in the school were kids that were there all the time. And then you
Right.
would meet really cool friends and shit, and they'd be there for like a year, 2 years, and then all of a sudden they'd be gone. You could go leave for the summer, and you come back next year and you never see them again.
Yep.
It just sucked, man. I went through so many friends in middle school and high school because of that. And then sometimes they wouldn't be there that long. They might only be there for half the year because they got moved in the middle of the year. And they'd come for half a year and then they'd be gone by the next year. It's like, fuck, man. Suck.
Yep.
There's so many cool people I met. Throughout the years when I was going to school, even in elementary, it was the same way. There was a kid, Zach, that me and my best friend Willie, because we went to school together all the way from kindergarten up to high school. And when we were in elementary school, me, him, and Zach were like inseparable from kindergarten all the way up to 5th grade. And then all of a sudden, he was there for the whole 5 years. And then at the end of the 5th grade year, we went into summer, came back next year, he was gone. Never heard from him again, didn't know whatever happened to him. Me and Willie actually tried to search him down when we were adults to see if we could find him. And we could never find him. I looked everywhere for him.
Wow.
As we were both curious how he was doing and if he remembered us and all
Mm.
that. I'm sure he did, but I mean, because we fucking pretty much were inseparable for 5 years, us three. He was one of the rare ones we actually got 5 years with before he moved.
Well, it's
Like I said,
crazy when you run into somebody you hadn't seen in like 15 years, you know?
Yep.
It's like that guy Brian, that's a truck driver I know. That we went to boot camp together 50 years ago. 4 or 5, I think it was 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Yeah, 6 years ago. We came in contact with each other on Facebook, and we hadn't seen each other in 44 years. And he was driving through here, so he stopped. And we went out to eat. And every time he drives through, he calls me, and we meet somewhere and go eat. He's actually going back on the road tomorrow. He's been off for 6 months. He's had some heart issues.
What's up, Jonathan?
So hopefully he's coming back. Jonathan, what's up?
The last time we looked for him though, Edward, that was probably back in, dude, this was probably back in like 2003, 2004. That was a long
Okay.
time ago. I haven't looked for him since then. I probably could find him now, but I haven't looked for him since.
I gotta jump
Back.
off. I've got another thing I gotta do. So if you're still on in an hour, I'll be back.
See you a
I'll
little
see
bit
you
later.
then.
It might have been a year or two after I got out, so probably would have been around like '05. After we got out of high school. You shut up, Laura. Hey, that's what you should do, Joe. Take dinner over to your son's new apartment. Go hang out with him for the
Nope.
night. Oh, you may.
No, he's hanging out with his girl tonight. He's actually, when she gets off of work, he's going over there. So he's
I'll
he's
never.
gonna be the cook. Go ahead. Go ahead.
As I said, I'll never forget when my cousins were fucking with my dad and they were going in his house and taking shit while he was at work and hiding. My God, it was so funny. They were taking packs of gum. It was just random shit. They went in there one day, took all his silverware, and he got home, dude. He was freaking the fuck out because he didn't because it was stupid little shit. It'd be like he'd buy it like they would he'd come home with like a brand new thing of like laundry detergent. And then they would go in there when he was gone and they'd take the laundry detergent and hide it. And then he would freak the fuck out because he knew he bought laundry detergent. He knew he brought it home. They did this shit for like 6 months to him.
My other son called me today. He said, "Man, I gotta tell you this." He said, "I gotta tell you this." He said, "We're
Up,
at work
Randy.
today, and we're talking about Trump, right?" Now, some of the junior Marines in there uh, said they said, "Oh yeah," they said he set it all up to do it so he win the election again, right?
Oh,
He
here
said,
we
I turned
go.
around. He said, I turned around and looked at him and said, "What kind of crazy shit going on in your minds?"
Like, why would anybody think that's gonna win him the election anyway?
Yeah. He said, "What the hell are y'all watching?" he said, he said, all I heard was you. That's what he told me. He said, I
I mean,
sounded just like you. You know?
you know how many people are out there that probably cheering when they found out that happened? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
just because
yeah.
he got shot in the ear doesn't make him right, where the whole country's just sympathizing with him now. I mean, he has a
They had
large
a,
majority, obviously, but that doesn't mean everybody is.
they had somebody in the Democratic National Convention, one of the high officials, one of the aides that worked for him came out and said something about he should have had more target practice, something like this. And they got fired right off the bat. And they're talking about the main guy getting fired too because he worked for him.
Warren,
I
Andy,
think
how's
that's
it going?
funny.
Like I said, it's not like I don't think this is going to help his chance. I think that a lot of the people that are hardcore Trump fans that are go down a conspiracy rabbit hole are just gonna all that's gonna do is just solidify their support. You know, I don't think it's gonna bring any new people in as sympathy votes. Like that's where everybody's like trying to say it's gonna do anything. I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna be the case. If somebody didn't like Trump, they're not all of a sudden just gonna like him just because he got shot in the ear. You know, if anything, they'd be I mean, there's a lot of people out there saying, I don't want anything to happen to anybody on either side. But at the end of the day, they want their own guy to win. You know,
Yeah.
I don't really think this is gonna get him any more points or anything, or get him in the lead at all. I don't know. I think it just made his supporters just dig in deeper. That's it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are assuming, they're fucking. It was Hillary. It was Obama. It was this person. It's all conspiracy. The CIA's out to kill him. Like that's exactly where they're going with all this. somebody just wants to believe it was some just crazed out dumbass 20-year-old that had a fucking access to a gun. Decided to shoot. I'm more inclined to believe that's all it was at the end of the day. And it was just a security fuck up by the Secret Service and then all the local police and stuff that way.
Yep.
Cause
Yeah,
they
they
said
kinda,
they said that
they
police
screwed that one up.
officer, well, they said that police officer went up the ladder and saw him. He pointed the rifle and then the cop went back down the ladder, right?
Well, that's what they said, but last night I heard on some guy, some big commission up there in that area, said that that was a false story. They said two police officers saw the guy climb up, so they got over there and they said one of them climbed on top of the other cop, on top of his shoulders, and was standing on his shoulders and getting ready to get on the building. He hollered at the guy. The guy turned around, pointed his gun, and he ducked. And when he ducked down, he fell off the guy's shoulder. That's what they're saying. And he said before they could say anything, he started shooting.
Okay, so yeah, if that was the case, then I kind of understand why they weren't able to do anything.
Yeah, he said it happened
How
as
did
soon as he hit the ground. They said before they could call in as a shooter, he was already shooting.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
he may have made him start shooting fast. You know, may have because he knew he was so he needed to do it. You know.
I mean, cause he seems to have a lot of support on the law enforcement side. And at the end of the day, those guys have their own political views as well. So I don't know. I would
Yeah.
think, some little small town police department. And, I'm assuming that cop would have gotten on the radio right away and said something. He wouldn't have just went back down, jumped down, and then been like, "Oh, I'm gonna say here," you know. Oh, I saw that, Randy. That people were putting his face on 50 Cent and shit. Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, I was watching that. Yeah, I don't know about that, Randy. Yeah, I watched all the interviews with even the people that were at the rally and then the ones of all the kids and stuff. But the girl's interview that she did, like, because they were interviewing like students that had went to school with them. The one girl said nothing but positive shit about him, and the other kid said nothing but negative shit about him. So who the fuck do you believe? I don't know. Some of those kids may have just been trying to get on camera too, you know.
Yeah, a lot of them were kind of crazy. So they were they didn't have any substance to what they were saying.
Well, I mean, the one girl did. She was like, yeah, he was a quiet student, but he was a student that was very intelligent. The teachers liked him. From me knowing him, I wouldn't have ever thought he would have done that like that. But then the one kid was like, oh, he was a loner. Everybody hated him. They were always bullying him. And I'm like, well, that kind of is opposite of what that girl just said. So which one of you is telling the truth there? But I kind of believe the girl more than I did that kid. So I don't know.
Yeah, that
Than the guy.
one of the yeah, I think it was one of the corporals that they were talking about it being a conspiracy when Nick went off on him. He said that 20-year-old kid was actually a CIA operative. He was working for the CIA, and the CIA was trying to take Trump out. Nick turned around,
Guys,
and said, "What the hell are y'all drinking? What are y'all talking about?" You know?
nah, yeah, I think some of those kids may have just done it to get their face on camera, to be honest with you. Because they probably got offered a couple $100s from the news people to take interviews. I mean, they'll do that. They'll offer people, cash to do a quick interview,
Yep.
you know. Especially if they don't want to do it at first, they might entice them and be like, hey, yo, we'll throw you a couple $100 if you stay on camera and say you went to school with or and tell us a little bit about what you thought of them at school when you went to school with them. I wouldn't
Yep.
put past the news to do.
Yeah.
What's up,
Say he was a
JDS?
loner, you know?
And then I was watching the BBC. Oh my God, dude, the funniest one was the BBC guy that was doing his- and then he was like, yeah, he goes, we're down on the ground here, trying to get, so we have a little protection behind our vehicle. But then you see all these people just walking casually behind, like
Yeah.
next to him. Like it was already over, right? And he was like trying to be all dramatic with the news thing, and he was on the ground talking about, oh yeah, we're on the ground trying to get cover. But then, like I said, you could clearly see everybody behind him was walking all casual because it was already all over, you know. I was
Yep.
like, what the fuck? No, I'm more of an anti-conspiracy. I think it's exactly what it is, JD. I think exactly the most basic story or explanation that came out of this. I think that's exactly what it was. I think it was just some 20-year-old kid that was fucked in the head and decided to do that. And his parents were not Republican either. His mom was Democrat, his dad's Libertarian. And they were both, and you know what the craziest thing? Both his parents were behavioral experts, apparently. Behavioral therapists.
Yeah. That didn't work. I guess they weren't very good, huh?
Ass Dan. Like I said, nobody's gonna believe any of the fucking final reports that come out anyway, so don't matter. Don't matter what the authorities say anyway. 90% of the people ain't gonna believe it. So
Hey, Randy, he also said about a week ago that it was his job to beat Trump. It's time to put Trump in a bullseye about a week ago.
oh yeah. I mean I would say it's more positive. The one thing I did give Biden credit for was it was better that he came out and actually said all that and didn't get political with it, because that's what he needed to do versus coming out and being all negative and trying to
But
put their politics into it.
but
So,
tomorrow they're going back to the same rhetoric. They said they're going to go back to the ads tomorrow. So they're
oh,
going
I'm
to be
sure they
saying he's
are.
Hitler, he's a threat to democracy, and all other bullshit they're going to say. And somebody else is going to get stupid.
But it was like, Donald made a good point when he was on the panel with us one day and we were talking about the whole legal issue he was having. And he was saying that, you know, the best thing Biden could have done was come out, pardoned him, told everybody, and told everybody, we need to take a step back. Everybody needs to cooler heads prevail. And that's one thing like I said, I can't really fault Biden for that, because he could have had them write him a speech that said, that put all the politics in it and made it worse. And, he could have said, oh, well, his supporters, this is what he
Yeah.
gets for his supporters. He could have said really negative that would have filled more fire to the field or put more fuel on the fire, which did not
Yep.
need to be done. So, because
Well,
everybody
I tell
does
you,
need to take a step back and take a fucking breath and cool the fuck down, because
oh,
shit is
you're
getting
right.
out of hand.
It's out of hand right now. But I tell you, today was a real good day for Trump. The Supreme Court came out Friday with a ruling on something to do with his stuff, his all the stuff that got Mar-a-Lago, all the classified documents. Thomas he wrote the article on it and said that based on the fact that it's a constitutional deal, something to do with the Constitution, and that the person that indicted Trump in this matter hadn't been appointed by the Senate. He was appointed through Biden, and it said it wasn't the proper channels, and he didn't have the authority to do it basically, today the judge threw all of those out, dismissed the case.
Oh, I agree with you. Whether he decided that was what needed to be said or not, Randy, that's what he needed to say, though, is my whole point. Whether he agreed with it or not behind the scenes,
Yeah.
that he did that. It definitely didn't need to be a negative speech as far as all that. But I agree with you. I mean, let's face it, most presidents don't come up with their own speeches. They have a speechwriter that will, sit there with their advisors and go over it and say, this is what needs to be said and blah, 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 blah. I think Trump's about the only one that really goes off on the fly some shit. He'll just kind of say whatever's on his mind. But like I said, it's just everybody needs to just take a step back because you really don't want to unleash a lot of the side that are Trump supporters because at the end of the day, those are the very big, gun supporters and stuff. You really don't want to take on that side and get physically into a conflict over this shit. Because Trump's got a lot of support in a lot of small towns and in the rural areas where everybody's big gun fanatics, and which is I'm not disagreeing with because y'all know I'm a big gun supporter, but that's not you don't want it to get it so heated to where everybody is starting to do crazy shit is all I'm trying to say. I don't want to see this country fall apart over this shit.
We don't need none of that.
I'm honestly kind of at the point where I don't think we would get into a civil war. It would have to be real fucking bad. I mean, it would have to get really fucking bad because I think most people these days are so comfortable with the lifestyle that we've created for ourselves over the last 100 years that I don't think anybody wants to see it just destroyed overnight. So I think that's kind of made people a lot more complacent in that sense. So it might be a good thing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But like I said, but I mean, we all know if you look at history, most empires that were great empires, usually the collapse of them was from internal strife, not from outside aggression.
Yep.
So
Yeah, when you're
really got
divided,
to get
you fall, I tell you.
we really got to get the cohesion back in this country for real. Everybody needs to start talking again and not hating each other. Really have to start having discussions with both sides and not just immediately downing each other. Like I said, I got friends that are Democrats, and at the end of the day, I don't hate them for it. And there's a lot of views that we actually agree on, and then there's a few little things here and there that we don't. But that don't mean I hate them at the end of the day. It's the whole point of this country.
Oh man, I tell you what, I am older than I thought. Oh. Think I'm gonna get up now and start walking. At least walking before football starts.
Do like I'm doing, and just make yourself go out once, like pick a time throughout the day and go out and walk for about 30 to 40 minutes. Whether you
I'm
just
gonna have to
walk
do
around the
something.
complex in circles a couple times, walk the complex.
Yeah.
Or you could do like a lot of other people do, Joe, if you guys have a kind of semi abandoned mall. That's not really, where half the stores are gone, but it's nice, cool and air conditioned. You go walk around the mall in circles. A
Yep.
lot of people do that. They call them, what do they call them? Mall dwellers
Yeah.
or mall walkers is another term they call them. And they just literally, that's because it's a nice, cool place. Like we used to have we had an older couple that were in their 60s or 70s. And we had a guy that was in his 50s who was trying to get healthier. And they used to come into Walmart every day and they would just walk around in circles through Walmart because it was nice and cool and air conditioning. And, they could sit and walk all day long, for a couple hours and they just walk circles. We actually had a group of women that were walking like group. They used to do that too.
Yeah.
And we're a group of older women that were in like their 70s and that was their exercise. They would come into Walmart and they'd walk as a little group and there was about 6 or 7 of them. And that's all they would do is just walk circles in the store for about 2 hours. And they didn't bother anybody and we didn't bother them. We knew they were real nice. They would always stop and talk to everybody. But it was kind of a safe place for them to walk around and it'd be nice and cool, They weren't outside in the heat. That's what you need to do, just find you a place like that and go walk around in circles for about an hour.
It might be a thing to do.
Oh, Randy, is that loitering? Technically, yes, but as long as you're not
TJ.
bothering anybody. Yeah, we didn't mind people like that in our store. A lot of them would actually stop and buy like bottles of water and stuff too while they were in there.
Are you talking about when you was working at Walmart?
Yeah, we had a couple groups of people that were walking. They were like little walking clubs or groups.
Oh yeah.
And they would just walk circles in the store because it was nice and cool and air conditioning. And so they would gave them a place to come inside and give them a big enough area where they could walk circles and
I
exercise.
thought maybe like you were talking about, what's up, Brandy? I thought you were talking about like groups of like that would like split up and like go and steal stuff because there was a group that it was a guy and I think 2 or 3 kids that I was told about, and it was written down on a piece of paper one day when I came in, and it was a guy and I think it's like a couple of kids and they would like split up and go, one would go one way, one would go the other.
All TJ heard was groups and it triggered his Walgreens PTSD.
That's exactly what it was. But yeah, like they would just go in different directions and just steal stuff.
Like TJ jumps every time he hears a register door open. He's like, "Oh, what the fuck was that?"
Like, oh my god!
It's like this dog I got down here, Loki. You get a loud noise, he ducks behind something like he coming from the hood.
Who is this?
I got you, Jim.
Loki.
Come over here.
Who's Logan?
Loki,
dog.
the dog. The dog, the white dog.
Doesn't like loud noises.
Fast, loud noise. Justin would come in here and he'd cock his gun, and Loki take off behind something. He said, "Man, you from the hood?"
That's funny.
Yeah. Loki,
hey, Brenda.
Jesus.
Borat. I am no, it's more Luigi, or I could be Borat.
Oh God, that's so gross, Randy.
I don't even want to know.
Swimming, good, healthy exercise.
Oh, if you're a cycling enthusiast, Edward, come on down to Florida. You can cycle with all the older old people down there.
There's a big huge pond out there. I could just jump in and well, actually, I did go in the pond one day. I went I went knee deep in the pond.
No, I'm saying down here.
That's enough to run at the Gators.
When all the snowbirds come down here, that's when you see them all on the road cycling in their tight ass spandex.
Yeah.
70 years old, they'll be in this tight ass spandex cycling down the road.
Hey, Justin, that guy was telling you
everywhere.
I won't be able to sleep at night because of what I saw.
Dude, they're everywhere, dude. There'll be big groups of them all over the fucking place.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy was telling you
Randy
about,
rides a BMX bike.
Lord help.
I don't have the energy for a BMX bike anymore. Like, yeah, I used to ride
Yeah,
BMX back when I was younger.
I got
Doing
one of
bunny
those
hops.
ones with, I got one too. It's got the shocks in the front.
Oh no, dude! Back in the day, Randy, I had a Kawasaki BMX bike, which was actually not super rare, but it was kind of a rare one. And I had I can't remember the other one
What's
I
up,
had.
Jim?
But it was like when they first came out where you could spin the handlebars all around with that new braking system back in the day. You were able to spin your handlebars in a complete 360
Oh yeah.
because you didn't have the cables that would get, caught when you'd go to turn your handlebar. And I can't remember what brand it was. Fuck, I can't think of it. But no, I know my Kawasaki, I actually jumped it off of this jump. And I went probably about 10 or 12 feet in the air and landed down on my back rim and just crushed my back rim.
Yeah, mine, like, it's not a, I forgot what brand of bike mine was, but like I said, it's got the shocks on it, so I'll just like jump the curbs and stuff like that. Like, I don't do anything crazy.
Here you go, Justin. My buddy that
Oh
lives in
yeah,
Florida.
I see those things like all the friggin' time.
That's
It's
the
crazy
sandhill
birds.
cranes.
Yeah.
He put that on his site. That's the guy I told you was a truck driver. We know each other in boot camp. He said that's his stop signs.
When I
Yeah.
used to work at the Walgreens distribution center, those things would be coming around there like all the friggin' time.
And you can't mess with them, huh?
No,
In
I
Florida,
think
no, they're highly
that's
protected. Because they used to be endangered, so they got put on the endangered species list in Florida and became protected. But they're not endangered anymore, and they won't take them off the protection list. So,
Well, if they take them off, there's going to be a lot of ribeyes.
oh yeah, you
I
know what
know,
they call
right?
us, TJ, right? The ribeye of the sky.
Shucks for old guys, Teej. Yeah.
Yeah, we've
Exactly.
actually got them here.
Wait.
I've seen a couple of them.
In Idaho, they can hunt those. They're
Yeah.
allowed to hunt them in Idaho. And Sean has shown me pictures of the meat from them. And I'll tell you what, it looks just like a fucking ribeye steak. It looks delicious.
Hey
I'll
guys,
tell you
I'm
what, if I
driving
see one
myself to
down
the
here, I'm gonna go
hospital.
for it.
I made you host.
You're
Yes,
doing what?
I'm going to the hospital.
Why?
I'm bleeding rectally.
Oh
Uh-oh.
shit. All right,
Okay.
let us know.
Yeah.
No, that's not
Uh-oh.
good.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, that's not good.
At least he's going. I didn't ignore it.
Yeah. He sounded scared.
Better take my insurance card.
If you've been there before, they have all your info. Like our hospital, you don't even have to show anything anymore. You just walk in and scan your palm print, and they got all your info from every time you've been in there. They can pull up your entire history with them and have all your information already.
That sounds like some of that voodoo shit. You scan your print. Does it?
Then
Yeah.
over here, well, in Florida, a lot of the hospitals use some program that they use. So like when I went to Lakeland, I had never been to Lakeland Regional, never been to that hospital. Well, when I went in there and they had me scan in, they had all my information already. Well, one nurse thought I had been there before. I said, I promise you, I've never been to this hospital. She goes, well, we have all your information. I said, well, and then Sarah spoke up to her and was like, yeah, because you guys use that same system that our hospital uses. Sarah knows all about that shit. And she was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Now, shut up, Edward.
Oh yeah, because he was talking about better than sitting on your ass playing video games. He doesn't know. He just told us he was going to the hospital because
He said he was bleeding rectally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, not
I
enough
don't know
information.
what could that even be? I don't even know, to be honest with you.
I had eaten some beets one time, and then I went to take a shit, and then like I got scared because I was like, "Uh-oh, am I bleeding from my butthole?"
I'm
Edward.
gonna take an educated guess from what he said in the past, that sometimes he gets constipated. And he could have, as he was going to the bathroom, if he was partially, he could have just ripped something. It could just be, it depends on the amount of blood. That's where the question's at, you know?
Yeah.
Or it could have
It could
been,
be
yeah,
something very superficial.
and like he said, it could be hemorrhoids. That
Yeah.
will cause you to bleed. But that's
Yeah.
actually not extremely bad. It might hurt, but that's
So
not, you need to,
he
you have to
probably
know about
saw blood and it freaked him out, you know? And if he's
it. Which
seeing
is,
active blood, chances are it's hemorrhoids or he just had a bowel movement that
yeah, I forgot
tore
about
something.
hemorrhoids. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
hemorrhoids is a common issue with a lot of people.
The only time you really worry about it is if it's thick and black, then it's more internal. But
Well,
if
at
it's
least he's going
bright,
to get checked out. That's
yeah,
good.
if it's active, like an active bleed, it could be anything.
Yeah.
You know what's really weird is when you go
Hard
to take a
stool.
shit and you feel like you shit out a log and then you look in the toilet and there's nothing there. You're like, what the hell was that?
Randy goes, "Hey Doc, can you check this out?"
Yeah.
You ever had one of those, TJ? One of the ghost poops?
Of what?
A ghost poop where you feel like you've shit out a log and you look in the toilet and there's nothing there?
No, I've never had one of those before. I don't think. Why, have you had one?
That's actually a pretty common thing.
Oh, where you like go and take a shit, but then like there's nothing there.
Yeah, you feel like you shit out a log.
That's because it
Oh.
probably went all the way through on you.
Oh yeah, like went all the way through, like through the tube or whatever.
Yeah. You had enough force to make it go through into the toilet, and you look at what the
Somebody's
hell?
got to look down there, Randy.
Yeah, most definitely.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you about a call I had. We were coming back home, and it was funny. We're on top of the Greater New Orleans Bridge. We're on our way to check out for the day, and we'd already run 2 extra calls. And the way it worked is if you ran anything over a certain amount of calls or past your shift, you got extra money per report. So I didn't care. We're still getting home about the same time. It's not going to hurt anything. I'll take the money, you know. So we coming down the bridge. I'm working with this guy Al, and they come on there 42 P, and I looked over at Al and said, "Don't take anything." I went 42. He said, "Well, you cleared to take an emergency. Can you take an emergency?" He said, "We know you're about to get up, but can you take an emergency?" Al looks over at me and says, "It's yours. I'm not doing it. It's yours." I said, 10-4, go ahead. So they said, what's your 20? We said, we're getting ready to come down on the Greater New Orleans Bridge. They said, good. We're going to give it to you. It's off of Camp Street, which is the exit coming right off the bridge, right? So they give us this, they come on and they said, so-and-so year old male, rectal bleed. That's the emergency. Said, he looks over at me, he's laughing his ass off, saying, what's yours? You're going to check this out.
Randy.
So we get there, the guy's in there, and they got a young woman in there with him, right? And there's blood everywhere, and it's active blood. So I told him, I said, so what happened here? And he says, I'm bleeding. I don't know how bad it is. I said, well, it looks kind of bad, but let me look at it. So he turns over, and when I turn him over, I just see a complete like laceration. And I said, okay, you got to tell me more about this. I said, because that's a cut. What happened? Him and the girl, which was the sister of his wife, were playing around with a light bulb, and it broke. Yeah.
Dude, oh my God.
so
That's so
so
gross.
I had to take a trauma pad and kind of stuff it up in there. There's still glass up in there. I'm not fooling with the glass. And I told him, I said, well, you're not going to bleed to death. That's the good news. I said, but but you might get beat to death later.
Oh God.
I told him that. And yeah, it was terrible. We got him to the hospital, and she was freaking out. The sister came in, the wife came in, and there was almost a fight right there in the hospital. I said, what? Yeah, what the hell? That's what it was. When you work EMS, you never know what you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, gross.
Wait, what was Randy talking about? Yeah, comes in a tampon.
No,
Comes
they
in
actually
handy.
do use tampons for certain stuff. I've seen people use them for nosebleeds. I've seen people
Yeah,
use
yeah, I've seen that too.
them. In some cases, they'll actually use them for like gunshot wounds and stuff if they have one available.
Yeah. What's up, Mark? Jody!
Jody, Randy,
The Mark,
What's up, Jody?
Joe. I just tried to join the other stream and thought, oh, he's only on 54 minutes. He must have finished
Yeah,
already.
yeah, he looked like he
Then
was on
realised
one
it
and
was
got off
54
one.
seconds and he'd started again.
Yeah.
Paul left. I don't know if you caught any of that.
Why have I got no volume?
Paul freaked out because he saw blood in the toilet and now he's going to the hospital.
Oh my God, that's crazy, Randy. That is crazy.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Randy, you could have kept that story. You did not
That
need
one
to
you
tell
could have
us
kept
that.
to yourself.
Edward, Jim.
It's
Oh,
don't
gross.
talk about strings. Justin getting PTSD.
Uh,
That was nasty.
did you pull it and hope she would start talking?
Hey, Justin, that was funny. That was funny.
JDS.
We'll give you that one, TJ.
Brenda.
What the hell is this?
Warren.
Let's pull it and see if she talks.
Yeah. Move your hand. Your hand don't belong there.
Hey, where's the disclaimer at? Put the disclaimer back up.
Yeah, let me get it. I got it. Hold on. I got it. Gotta find the right mouse.
Well, I did a poll tonight.
Oh, you,
That's a good
Oh,
oh, you shit blood in the toilet?
Now I thought, I'm hungry. What can I order? So I looked on Just Eat and I thought, oh, that definitely sounds interesting. So I ordered a dozen donuts from Krispy Kreme.
Oh, now you get like Paul.
That's what I said.
Yeah. And that's my disclaimer. That's okay.
Is that what that little thing is? Is that what a disclaimer is? Like something like says, sorry, not
Yeah,
sorry.
To say it's not your fault if anything happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I'm telling you is my ankles hurt today.
From what?
Well, my son moved today. So I
Yeah.
went over to help him, and it's everything, all his floors were hardwood floors or cement, and it was on a third
Oh.
floor. And walking up the stairs, I got one flight of stairs. I had to go through three for him. And it's just,
Oh,
I was
wow.
out of breath. It like beat me up.
What you need is a heavy lift drone.
No, what I needed was not having to do that this morning.
Get an agricultural drone, just tie it all to the bottom of it and fly it up there.
Now, wait, now Paul wasn't flying, right there, Justin? Yeah. There you go.
Oh, no. I don't think so. I have no idea.
See, I thought he had gone flying. That's what I thought.
I don't know.
Oh crap! I was trying to read.
He went flying early this morning.
Yeah,
before
but
the-
when he was gone for the time, when he came back and then left again, I thought he was coming back from flying. Because I could have
Well, he
swore I saw his truck out there.
he got halfway around the ship and realised that for some reason or other he'd stopped recording. So they had to start
Oh.
again and do more of
Yeah.
it and switch it together. But the water looked still as anything when he was doing it. And then he says after that it got really stormy and horrible.
Got my desktop
Oh.
by Friday or Monday. It has a 2-day shipping, so when it's. Oh, nice, Randy.
My Gem Fan prop should be here tomorrow.
Well, which one? Obata?
Yeah.
5-blade?
Yeah. I think they come in like a pack, like they're like it's like kind of like a multicolored pack, so just in case if one breaks, I have spares.
Yeah, it depends on the pack you bought because they got one pack that's got 3 different colors. 3 different colors and 12 props.
The one I got, I mean, look,
You know what tomorrow is, right?
Prime
Tuesday.
Day.
Amazon Prime Day.
Amazon
Hey.
Prime.
Tomorrow and the day after.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a multicolor one. It's like a set of green ones, a set of black ones, and a set of red ones.
Orange. Rebels. Yeah, I bought that 128 card the other day. And then I realized Prime Day was coming up. I sent it back.
You said what?
I'd rather turn the 128 SD card in. I didn't need it. It was just an extra card. And I might make $4 by giving it back and reordering, you know?
Amazon Prime Day is only good if you're a member of Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I am.
I'm not. I've saved more than enough money by not being a member of Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I'm an old codger, and I had a medical deal, so I get a special rate. Mine only cost me like $6, $6.99 a month for Prime. I save money in that.
I don't need it. So
Unless you're shopping like every damn day, or at least a few times a month, it's honestly not even worth it.
Yeah, I spend too much money on Amazon.
Or unless you're actually unless you're using all the free shit they give you with it too.
yeah, it allows you Prime TV, doesn't it? But
Yeah, and you get music too. You get Prime Music and all that too, as well.
yeah. But I get Apple Music and I'm on Apple TV and Netflix. And the IPTV gets everything and Virgin. I've got enough bloody TV. Got about 3,000 channels to watch, and I watch either the Comedy Gold channel or the Golf. have to start watching. I started watching House of the Dragons. Watched the first episode of it, which was
Oh yeah,
Straight.
I think I saw previews for that House of the Dragon.
it got all right. But I've never watched Game of Thrones, so it's like starting from the real beginning.
Do, do, do. How do you figure that, Jim? What's up, Lance?
Hi, Lance.
What's Brenda talking about? The Open.
Oh, the British Open golf starts this week.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I shall be watching it.
Oh, it's a disclaimer, Lance.
And well, that's from Royal Troon. And then you've got the British Women's Open golf next month as well from St Andrews.
Oh, gotcha, Jim. Yeah, I could see that or whatever.
Did you, TJ? Could you?
Yeah, Ludwig Oberg managed to throw it away again at the Scottish Open this weekend. Went into the last day 2 shots in front and lost by 4. Came 4th.
Yeah, it's crazy how you spend so much money on Amazon. You're like sitting there and like, I wonder what I want to buy on Amazon today.
Well, the only thing I want to buy, I'm going to look at is, like I said, a couple of 64 gigabyte. I can get them for like nine a piece. I'll get a couple of them
Yeah.
because I don't need a 128 in the drones because I take it out the drone when I get back and I use it, then I clear it off and put it back. So it's not like I'm going to leave it full, you know.
Yeah.
No,
I got like
if it's a
I've got like three Amazon cards with like all of them have $74 on it.
Only the last major in the men's golf, Lance. There's still the Women's British Open to come in August.
yeah, what, TJ?
I have 3 Amazon gift cards with they all have like $74 on it.
Send them to me. I'll show you how to use them.
That was pretty good.
I mean, if you can't decide what to buy, I'll find something for you.
I know. I know. I don't know. I might buy a shirt or a hat or something. Like I need some more shirts.
Make sure you buy something you're actually going to get some use out of. Don't buy junk.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
So I tell the kids every time they get birthday money, I'm like, don't go to the store and buy dumb shit. Buy something you're actually going to use.
Yeah.
Because they're always asking for shit that they would use on a daily basis.
And then it sits in the corner for like days and days and starts collecting dust. Like, what the heck?
Oh,
man?
they've been banned from buying board games.
Not if they
Oh,
buy it.
really?
Nope.
So they'll
told
buy a
them.
board game, play it one time, and never ever play it again.
No, they get into fucking fights over it. So I told them,
Oh.
you guys are no longer allowed to buy board games.
If they buy toffees or cakes, it won't last that long.
Catch a board game coming through the doors and go right in fucking trash.
Oh wow.
Nope.
We got you know how they have like all the monopoly, well they have had like all the monopoly, like there's a Jupiteropoly, and then there was
There's
we had
hundreds of
the
monopolies
monopoly,
out.
we had the regular monopoly, we had Jupiteropoly, we had a Brewopoly, and
Yeah, there's
at the
tons of-
store, but we have a Wineopoly board game that we haven't played in God knows how long.
Oh, God, I've got a Star Trek Monopoly.
Oh, do you?
Hmm.
I have a Bibleopoly.
A Bibleopoly?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And the worst part about it, I got it for free from one of the distributors when I worked at a Christian bookstore. And I brought it
Mhm.
home and I told the kids, I do not want it open. Leave it alone. I don't want it open. Y'all can sell it.
So
50
it still
years
had
from now,
like
y'all can sell it.
the saran wrap and
Oh,
everything on
hell
there?
no, they opened it one day when I wasn't home.
Tell them that
Oh.
and they're bound to.
No, they didn't listen to me.
Jumanji wasn't out by then, was it?
No.
Mark's here, Andrew. What are you talking about?
There's
I don't
so
know.
many variations of Monopoly.
Yeah.
They actually have, sometimes you might actually find one of your own town or city that you live in. They'll have one for that.
Can you actually get the British version of it over there as well as the
Go
American
and get
one?
something to drink. I'll be right back.
I don't know. What's
I'm
the
sure-
British version?
Well, it has London street names on it rather than American ones,
I mean, I'm
Uh,
sure you could
I'm
on it.
sure.
like
Amazon.
Mayfair and Park Lane and Fenchurch Street railway station and the waterworks and the electricity
Uh,
works
I'm sure they
If I
probably have
Square
at
and
some
things
point.
like that.
What are you hosting, Lance? Are you
There
hosting
are-
an intergalactic kegger?
So there are over 1,500 different versions of Monopoly that
Oh,
they have made.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Because they have ones like here, they're saying they have a Manchester United Monopoly. They got a National Parks edition, a
I've never seen-
007 50th anniversary edition. Yeah, that's just
You're
some
pretty
of them on the
funny.
list.
You're pretty funny, Don. You're pretty funny.
I've never seen a Manchester United one.
They got a New York Monopoly.
Yeah.
You know those eyes that you put, you know, the little eye things that you put on your fingers and make your, it's like a little, oh, is Paul back from the hospital?
I can hear him.
No
Yeah.
problem. We got it handled.
What happened? You're already back?
Okay, all right. Yeah, bye. Yeah, I am back. I went to the hospital. There was 100 people in the waiting room. And
He walked out.
yeah, I went down the hall into the bathroom, shit my brains out, and I'm back home.
Damn.
Yeah, we didn't
So
even
I
know
don't know
that
what
part.
the
But
bleeding is, but
probably hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
I mean,
Usually.
Yeah.
you guys continue on. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, there's like a whole list of them. There's, yeah.
Don sent me a bunch of those, well, he sent me a picture, but he was like, TJ, spend your money on these. And they're like the little eye things, little plastic eyes that you put on your finger and make like little finger puppets.
Oh, fuck's sake.
You need to just
There's-
order some bobbleheads.
Some bobbleheads.
There's,
Oh, yeah.
looks like there's an
That's-
AC/DC limited edition version as well.
Oh God.
Wait, how much are those? Oh, $12 for a bunch of those things. Oh, that's funny. Get like a whole box of them. Just hand them out to everybody. That's funny. Save thousands.
Mm.
I think it's like 90 something degrees, but with the heat index, probably hotter than that.
Weird. Nothing like that, and it is raining now.
I think it's Steve. 90 something degrees. What's happening? It's probably hotter than that.
Gentlemen, good afternoon.
Nothing like that.
What's
And it is
happening?
raining now. Somebody's got YouTube on.
It's Steve.
How are you?
Mhm.
Good yourself?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
How's the weather where you're at?
Yeah, I don't want to really disappoint you. We're low 70s and the sun's just breaking out. We've had a little high humidity over the weekend. Actually, we turned on the air conditioner for a little bit, but just due to the humidity. It wasn't hot. It was like only maybe 78, 79 degrees, but it was like 95% humidity late one afternoon. And this is the time of year in July going into August, we get that humidity coming, the cloud cover and moisture coming in off the ocean, and then the breeze stops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're at 54% humidity right now.
Yeah, right now it's 89, feels like 97, 65%
Yeah,
humidity.
that's why I didn't want to
Yeah,
say it.
we're 91.4, 54 humidity feels like 100.
I was just coming over here since Justin hopped in, and I wanted to hop in to help TJ on how to spend those 74.99 or 95
Yeah.
gift cards.
We're
You don't even have to
14
mail it. Just text me the number.
Matter of fact,
and,
TJ, I
and
need you,
the ID code.
yeah,
14
TJ, I need you to
degrees
send me front and back
centigrade.
pictures so I can authenticate the cards for you.
Front and back.
14
Yeah, I need
degrees
to
centigrade,
authenticate them.
92% humidity.
Oh man.
I'm gonna,
That's because it's raining.
I think I'm gonna roll with Don's idea and get a bunch of those hand puppet things.
oh, for fuck's sake.
And just have little shows with myself.
You should have gone on Amazon and looked for what's it? Your
For
propellers.
what? Look for what?
Your propellers.
Oh, I did go on I did get my propellers off Amazon.
So
You
why
should have
didn't
waited.
you use vouchers?
Huh?
Why didn't you use your gift cards then?
I did. I
All
used
right.
one. I used one of them.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. They should be here tomorrow.
I don't know if this will
sometime.
show. I don't know if it'll show. Yeah. 72 and right there. There it is.
Oh
72
yeah, I see.
there.
Yeah.
And the sun has just been breaking out. So Andrew, for all you guys, all of you guys that are out there, my condolences with your heat and humidity.
What's the sun?
And all the people in Texas that are still recovering from the hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, my son moved today, and he had to move all his stuff by himself, basically. And I was in his apartment.
I'm sure they would.
That's all I could do was be up there when he brought it up, set it up for him. So I walked the 3 flights of stairs, got out of breath.
Yeah.
So I said, and he looked at me and said, "Stop, just stay here." But he had to carry all his stuff up 3 flights of stairs and he got off of work at 6 this morning.
Ooh.
So at noon, I told him to stop what you're doing, get the truck back. Don't worry about the stuff that you got to bring back to me from the storage. You got to the end of the month.
Mhm.
Do it when you got a day. So, but he, like I said, and I told him, I said, now you don't have to go to the gym for the rest of the week. He says, no, I'll go tomorrow. He'll be
There's
back
always
at the gym tomorrow.
So has he
But
got
if
his
you'd
bed
have
up
seen him today,
and everything?
All right, Don. I
he-
won't. I'll spend it on something that I really want.
I'm gonna be like Joe. I'm just gonna pick up some SD cards.
that's all I want is a couple of, like I said, I had a 128 I bought last week, 2 weeks ago. Then I remembered about the Prime Day, so I just sent it back.
I buy them. I buy them in a package, a minimum of 5 or 10, and that way I just keep them in that snap lock case. So
Oh, yeah,
there, it
yep.
takes them, and I just move it over, and you can look right on there and see because one side's red, and the other side's gray. So if I've shot anything, it goes on the red side. It means all the gray are good to use. You can just pull it out and pop it in.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
Mhm.
What's Don?
They're so
talking about?
inexpensive. The last time I know you were saying 64 gig. I think I paid $5 almost. No, maybe there were $7 a piece. Is all
Yeah.
they ended up being.
I'd rather you send
Yeah,
me V-Bucks, CJ.
So
Yeah, I
what?
paid like, I think it was 22, 24 for that 128. So I said, let me send it back. I'll probably save $8 or $9 in the deal.
Well, I use that because I shoot a lot of hyperlapse, and when you go through for that and the video that I do shoot for it,
Yeah.
I can burn up 64 gig. I've burned up real close to 64 gig on just going out, and so by the time I get back, I don't want to sit there and change it, and
Yeah.
everything's going good. I just have it on there. I can just let it go. But I think the last time I bought any of the 128s, which I have a lot of, they were like in the teens.
Yeah.
Just got to look real
I'm gonna
close.
see what they got
Crap.
tomorrow. If it's like $15 for 120, I'll probably just get 2 of those.
Mhm.
I just bought 2 Lenovo 512s for £9.99 each.
As soon as you seen me. That's funny.
That's cheap.
Yeah, that's
But-
about $13, something like that.
Well, if you're buying memory cards off Amazon too, make sure you're actually getting them from the official store on what Amazon.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
no,
there's
yeah.
a
Oh, yeah.
lot of counterfeits on there.
Got to be careful.
Like if you're gonna buy SanDisk, go to the actual SanDisk official store on Amazon.
That's what I bought SanDisk, and I bought the what's it called, Lexar,
Lexar, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, Lexar is
Lexar,
good.
which should work really good. They're a good chip.
Well, a lot of people don't realize too is a lot of people will, you know, like the SanDisk cards, they'll go out on them and they'll just throw them away. You can send them back to SanDisk and they'll give you new ones. They have a lifetime warranty on them. They'll replace them.
Well,
Yeah.
they're not lifetime anymore. I think they limited it to like 5 years or something.
But
They
even
put it-
then, how much does usually within a few years is usually about the most
yeah.
you get out of a card anyway.
And if
So-
you buy them, when you look onto it, it comes with the recovery software on it. They'll actually, if you can't get it off, they'll actually recover it for you.
A lot of people will just toss them in the trash if they can't get them to work. You know, they won't even try to save
Yeah.
them. They'll just toss them.
You need to save that. Where is it?
Like who was it that had a whole bunch of them that were burnt out? I can't remember
Jim
who it
did,
was.
remember?
Who?
Jim Boyd.
Oh yeah, he had a whole container full of them, and I was like, bro, send those back. I was like, they'll replace every one of them. I was like, instead of just holding on to them, just send them back to SanDisk, and they'll check them all, and make sure they're working, and whichever ones aren't, they'll send you a new one back.
Yeah, but who keeps a receipt for 5 years?
Yeah,
So-
when you get that, you just tear that off, and then what you do is you keep it because your serial number's on there, and that scan code, and then it has that recovery software that you can download for free.
Yeah.
So the ones that have the warranty on them and everything, those are the ones I keep.
I don't think I've ever read the card that it comes attached to.
Yeah, I just got a drone and I picked up a refurb Air 2S.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna get rid of my Air 2 that I have. I'm gonna give it to my my godson's son. he's been the one flying drones, and we had a birthday party for my granddaughter. Went down at the beach this weekend, and we were sitting there telling him, and I said, well, guess what? You know, I ordered this because I want to be able to use it to fly with Leachy. For
Yeah.
mapping out a track plan so I can do it, because all the drones I have, except for my the Phantom will do it. You know, that'll work with Leachy. And then they'll also work with the Mavic Pro, but it won't work with any of the newer drones like the
No,
Air
because
3. They never released the SDK, so
the SDK, no. That's it. My
you're-
mini
so-
won't work with it
so-
either. Which is
so
a
you're
news
get-
because you're getting twice as much battery life out of the Mini
TJ.
3. Well,
So you're getting the Air
No,
2S,
TJ.
Steve?
I got the Air 2S. In fact, it's charging right now.
Oh, nice, nice.
yeah, I've got them both, the 2 and the 2S.
Well, Jim had a question for you in the chat there, Steve,
What's that?
because we were talking about the recovery software.
It's not readable how you recover.
What's that?
Something
You-
about the SD cards.
You can, if you're having problems with it, Jim, it's got a recovery software. You download the software and it goes through and it'll sit there and try to repair the SD card. And I've had a friend that's actually done recovery with it, and he couldn't read anything by just plugging it into a reader. He ran it on the software and he was able to pull almost 97% of all the photos that he had on it off the card.
Wow.
That's handy.
In fact, Amazon's got, what is it?
Hey, Jim, nothing that you're recording is worth recovering anyway.
$17.15 for 128 gig card. And it's not even sale day, unless this is
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Tomorrow's gonna be nice.
Yeah, $17.15 for 128 gig.
I don't know. It's just taking me time, Jim. It's taking me time. I'm trying to think of something funny.
Jim, if I find it, I'll dig up the name of the software and I'll send you a link to it. I probably have a registration code that I haven't used yet because every packet came with its own registration code, and I'll have to dig for the codes out. I've got them packed away. I'll send it on to you.
Ew.
Jim, that's not Dan, that's JDS.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell from that dry Canadian humor that you two are doing in the chat?
Atlantic Adventures, what's up?
Hi, Bill.
And you can start my video again.
Hello, Bill.
Bill, what's up?
So Paul, I missed out. I just said that you went to the hospital.
Yeah, I drove myself to the hospital. Justin,
But-
did you unlock my video?
Unlock
No.
your video.
Yeah, because it says the host locked your video.
I didn't lock it. Well, I turned it off just you were gone and I didn't want,
Okay.
like, I didn't know if anybody was in there, so.
Are you all right?
No. Just all part of the process, Steve. I get
Shooting blood.
constipated on occasion, and I didn't take the clean out pills that I take periodically. And it got, the
I hear
pain
that.
was so bad, and I tried to pass it out, that wouldn't come out, and it wouldn't come out. All it was coming
Oh
out
my
was blood.
god.
Yeah.
There you go. I made you host again, Paul.
You want me to show you a picture?
No,
No, for fuck's sake, no, please.
hey, Justin, Justin, I want some props here. What did I say?
That's funny.
When they said, I wonder what could cause that, I said exactly what you said just now. I said, probably you didn't take the right pills, basically. I didn't say it that way. I said, but I said, probably wasn't going and be strained.
Instant underpants, just add water.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, we don't want to see nothing.
I'll show
Mute
it to
him,
you.
give it out. Stop.
I swear to God,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Paul, do you take
Back.
anything like a probiotic?
No, what I take
That's a good list, Don. Keep them coming. Keep
is
them coming.
I take like a clean out pill that's over the counter kind of thing. And
No,
you're supposed to take
probiotic is just
you're supposed to take
so
one or two, and I take 6 at a time.
He only
probiotic
takes
just keeps
Crispy-
all the good enzymes stay in your intestines to keep everything working
Oh.
normally.
Yeah, it's like a yogurt drink.
Well,
or
the
a-
doctor suggested that
special
I
yogurt
have a
bowl.
colonoscopy, and I says, no way, not interested.
Okay, so
Hi, Dom.
Donald is making TJ a wish list on Amazon. Crappy dogs
Yeah.
calendar, instant underpants, just add water, duck feed, and whatever the fuck these things are. I have no idea.
They're the same. They're the same things
Finger
as
animals,
the
finger
eyes
puppets.
that you put on your. They're the same things that you put on the eyes that you put on your fingers.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I see it. A
Yeah.
little picture. I couldn't tell those were hands right off the bat. Okay.
Steve, his probiotics are Bavarian cream donuts and Diet Pepsi
Yeah, and ice cream.
and ice cream. That's
Ice
his
cream.
probiotics.
Yeah, it keeps me regular.
And he doesn't eat any vegetables. He gives it to the garbage disposal. So if he had the vegetables, that would help.
You know,
And my guess is he doesn't like yogurt either.
No,
Mhm.
it could, and after you left, we were talking about that. It probably could be hemorrhoids, which is
There you go, Joe.
Yeah.
There's that, and that's not even prime yet.
Yeah. I'm gonna check tomorrow. Tomorrow it might be $9.99.
Hmm.
Let's see. That's for
I
the.
never have extra
Oh,
money
don't
during
look-
Prime or fucking Black Friday, but then like right after or before I'll have it. Pisses me off.
1127 for 64K.
Yeah, if they drop the other one down to like $12, I'll go to 128. You know?
64K.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do
I think
kilobytes
we're jumping
now?
wrong later there.
Yeah, we doing
Think about
kilobytes now?
I'm thinking of my old Casio watch.
Commodore
Hey,
64.
gee.
I'm thinking of my old Casio watch and our first computer at our high school had 64K memory.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, I think my first memory card had 64K. And that might even only been 4K, come to think of it.
Yeah, I wish I could take my computer tower back to like the 80s and then like knock on IBM's door and be like, look what I have.
Hmm.
Look what I built.
Yeah.
They'd be like, what in the fuck is this? Oh, dude, you'd be rich overnight.
I
Hey,
don't think I've
James,
ever had. I don't think I've ever had flounder before. I don't think.
oh, check it out then.
Yeah.
oh,
Flounder.
I heard that when you were young, you used to date quite a few flounders.
Paul, you're not supposed to know that.
Hey,
Okay,
flounder tastes like fish.
Yeah, it's just a flat fish like a place. Or halibut.
and it has the eyes on one side of the head, right? It's flat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Very tasty.
that was the big thing here in Louisiana. You go get a flounder and they'd stuff it with all kind of breadcrumbs and everything. And crawfish tails.
At all. Ugh.
You stuff it with breadcrumbs. We usually put the breadcrumbs on the outside of it.
Yeah.
No, we stuff it. We
Yeah,
stuff
then
it with
flash fry.
like a dressing, like it's
Mm.
like they do for turkeys, and they have crawfish in it and everything.
Now, over
Sounds-
here,
Mhm.
Mark, we like to stuff animals. We call it ass bread.
Yeah,
That's
I would
Delicious.
not their type of-
Ass bread.
I mean, somebody had to have come up with that idea. They're like, let's take this turkey and shove a bunch of bread up its ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It'll taste
Well,
good.
that's how they develop head cheese, isn't it?
bread and sausage meat.
So, okay, Joe, do you eat
No, we
head
don't
cheese?
put sausage in it. Ew.
Why not?
Eat what?
Do you eat
Good
head
stuff.
cheese?
No.
Breadcrumbs, sausage meat, sage, onion,
No, we don't
Um,
put sausage in our stuff.
I bet you Mark
and
eats head
chestnuts. Makes a wonderful stuffing.
Mark, you
Mm.
eat head cheese?
Do I eat
Mm.
what?
Head cheese.
No,
No.
I don't.
My nephew at the restaurant, he makes it. And as soon as he puts it out saying that he's got it, he sells them by the blocks. He'll sell out in a day. Everybody wants it when he makes it. And I went there one day and he said, I just made some here. And I said, yeah, I said, I really don't like it. He said, well, take one and try it. You might start liking it, like that. And I can't get past the texture of it.
What
The
is-
taste isn't bad, but it's just the texture with all the gel that gets to me.
Oh, the head jelly. Yeah.
And if you
Head
take all
jelly.
that gel off and you just eat the meat part of it, I could deal with it a little bit. But I can't. Somebody had some one day where I was at, and I took all the gel off of it, tried it just with the meat, and was able to get a couple of pieces in, and I couldn't do it after that. After the second piece, I was done.
TJ, you know what head cheese is, right?
I think so, yeah. It's like cheese, it's got weird
got
stuff
cheese.
in it or something.
Well,
That weird thing.
when they cut the head off a pig, they stuff it, and it's with
Oh, like all the intestines and shit, like inside the
yeah.
cheese
No.
and whatnot.
all the entrails.
Yeah.
Fucking disgusting.
I don't think so.
Oh, that
Justin,
sounds
you've
great.
had that before, haven't you?
Hell no. That's
Sounds like
gross.
me. Sounds like a haggis.
Mm.
It is.
Sounds fucking absolutely disgusting. Oh,
Oh,
Wow.
Mark, you eat haggis?
I do. I like haggis.
Well,
Yeah, haggis
here's
is
a,
great.
here's a deal. If somebody needs to upgrade their solid state
Gross.
drive on a computer, 4 terabyte
Oh, that's not much.
for $2.99, 35% off.
plus I was
$2.
thinking this.
What's that?
$2.90.
Yeah, $2.99.
I see that, Don. I
Don't
see
we
that.
wish? Yeah, but it's
That
normally
don't matter.
It's normally $464.99.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, fucking Amazon. It don't matter if they listed it for that. They would never give it to you for that.
What, $2.99?
No, $2.99.
Oh no.
You know how many companies have mislabeled shit like that? And you know, people used to come into Walmart all the time. Oh,
There
it's
you
a law.
go.
I'm like, no, the fuck, it's not. Get the hell out of here. I'm not
That-
giving it to you for
that-
that price.
that's all it
There you
said,
go,
cheese.
Justin. There you go.
No
Thing
thanks.
is, by law, they have to let you have it at the price that it's.
Not
folks-
here. It is not a law
Not
here.
here. They-
People think
They'll
it
laugh
is.
at your ass.
Hey,
It is
Justin,
Must be a
here.
different
click
law.
click on that link that Don put in the chat, what he added to my list.
Scare.
No, no, it's not the law here, but people would try to say that. And I'm like, no, it's not the law. It's not even a store policy. Get the hell out of here. Cause like we
Don't
had,
you- Don't you remember them putting the Mavic 3 on at 749?
Hey, Dominic, Vegemite's behind you, eyeing you.
yeah, but they didn't have to
I
How
know
honor
many
that.
people actually got away with getting it at that price?
2 people out of all the
Well,
30,
do that
40
off
people that
anyway.
ordered.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know. how
but
many-
they, but the thing was, is they stayed on top of it and they bitched and moaned and they got a hold of somebody high enough at Amazon to get it. Your average, most of the people gave up when they canceled the order and they didn't even call and bitch about it. See, though, they're only you can. I mean, if you get a hold of a high enough person in a company, you might get away with something like that. But like we had at Target, we used to match price other major retailers at Walmart, and Target accidentally put in their ad one day, they put the Nintendo Switch for $2.99. but it was supposed to be $299 and they put it for $2.99. People were
Mhm.
trying to come in and price match it. I was like, get the fuck out of here. No, we're not taking a loss like that. Get the hell out of here. Your bullshit. Like,
Well,
you really
that's
think
like
we're gonna
that's
price
like
match it?
the inspires that were on
Yeah,
sale.
but if you gotta read the fine print, it's called verified pricing too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, yeah, it's people would try, or then people would come in and they'd have some like random ass site that they went to of some unknown company, and they'd have something, it was obviously a scam website, and they'd come in trying to get us to price match it, and I'm like, no, it's got to be like Target.com or Amazon.com. It can't be a third party. It has to be directly from Amazon. Like, there was a lot of rules and stipulations to price matching. But these
Yeah.
people would come in, think you were going to price match, electronics.com, some weird ass website nobody ever heard of. And they'd have these scam, type pricing on there. It's like, no, we're not giving it to you for that. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Bill the drone reviewer just went far enough into the customer services department to make it so that he actually got to somebody who would
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
an actual idea of how to do the job. Yeah.
Now, there was one time we had $200 phones that were on a locking peg in the electronics department that an employee put on the wrong one, and they were for a $40 phone. And we did give a customer, the manager did approve for the customer to get one phone at that price. And then we had to take the rest
Justin?
off immediately.
You're wrong. It's one of the it's a law. There's a lot of laws like that a lot of people don't know about. Like if you're out and the police try and pull you over, if you can beat them to your house before they can stop you, they have to let you go.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I believe that is called the Ollie Oxenfree law.
Ollie Oxen.
Or possessions
Oh my
9/10
God.
of the law.
Yeah.
One thing I
Oh,
did buy
bullshit.
ahead of a time is EcoFlow on their backup generators. They have a huge sale going on. And they started it actually before Prime Day. And you go through Prime, but you get it. It was like 39% off.
Wow. Yeah, DJI just did that with their $1,000 unit. They took almost 500 off.
Yeah.
Yeah, other companies, that's a good thing about the Prime Day too, because like a lot of other companies like Walmart and stuff will put stuff down cheaper too to try to compete with them.
Well, I've got the one, and now with the other, I bought the adapter, so you can plug that. You plug it into both of them, and then it comes like with a strip that when it plugs in, and then with that you take a cord up, and you can put an outlet into your panel, and then backfeed, and it's it gives you 30 amps at 220 volts. So you just trip your main breaker off, and then you can backfeed your house. You have to turn off the stuff you don't want so it doesn't kill it real quick, but you could backfeed your stuff real quick.
Yes. Always turn off the main breaker to the house.
Well,
Yep.
by state and federal law, you have to have a lock off on it.
Yeah. Here you go, Paul. Fresh on the market.
Oh,
Oh,
for
there
fuck's
you
sake.
go.
34.95. Buy yours today.
It's got the blood on the side.
Have you seen that
Yep.
painting that guy painted already?
No.
An actual oil painting of the picture,
Really?
there with his hand up, the flag. Unbelievable, gorgeous. He says
Oil painting already?
He says this is my way of coping with insanity.
Wow.
I
let's
can
see.
see.
Can you pull a picture of it? Can you pull up a picture of it?
Oh my God, Donald,
No,
I
he's
just saw that
actually, you
other
see
item
him
you added.
painting it. I mean, he's actually painting it and finishing it up.
Oh.
So this is on TJ's wish list as well here from Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't want TJ. I don't want TJ to waste his money. I want to put things on TJ's list that are valuable.
Yeah.
that he'll get a lot of use out of.
I do need some more underwear, so I think I might get the underwear.
Those are really for emergencies, TJ.
Uh,
The
Too much
instant underwear.
information, TJ.
Have you ever seen the dissolvable bathing suits you can buy for people?
Yeah.
Oh
They
yeah,
look
so they
like
go in the
actual.
water and
so I think I may
Yeah,
have seen those.
a
There's
lady
been a
bought
few
her husband.
YouTube videos about them.
Yeah, a lady bought her husband some, and they went to the beach, and he went into the water and realized that his pants came off, and he was freaking the fuck out.
Oh wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah, they're actual like shorts, like bathing suit shorts, and then you put them on, and I'm assuming they're probably made out of like rice paper or something. And as soon as they hit the water, they start dissolving.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like sugar paper. Although most of the videos on YouTube are women's bikinis rather than men's.
so Justin's late night dreams.
They start barking to the pound. To the pound.
Oh, yeah,
To the
right.
pound. So,
All I know now is at nighttime, I can lock both locks on my door.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
when my son's not coming back in.
Yeah.
And he'll forget where he's moved to and he'll turn up tomorrow night.
But you figure he's been here 2 years. You know, he came back 2 years ago when he was fighting with that other girl. And he came back here because he was trying to become a cop. And she was giving him all kind of crap about it. And she went in the house and started beating on him one night. So he just picked up his stuff and came in and said, "Can I move it?" I said, "Yeah, get away from that crazy one." Said, "You don't need that."
just saying, it was me. That was me. I hired the stormtrooper. It was me. I'm sorry.
Dan.
What's up, Dan?
Down there. Hi, Dan.
Hey, Dominic, is Lloyd going on tonight?
Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's
The
Bill the
on
Drone
in.
Viewer's birthday tomorrow.
Oh,
Whose birthday tomorrow?
Bill Horrors. Bill the Drone Reviewer.
Yeah. And he's going to have a show tomorrow night too, right?
Yeah, I think he is on tomorrow night. Yes.
Yeah, he's going to have a birthday show.
Yeah. And then he has his amateur radio show on Wednesday night as well.
hmm.
Here you go, TJ.
Jack Daniels. Oh yeah, it's the honey one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I tried that once. It's pretty good actually.
Yeah, my son had it on the table over there, and he threw it at me this morning. He said, "Put that on your desk." He said, "You could have that one."
He's like, "Here, try this." All right.
Oh, this is pretty good.
I
Yeah,
quite like
that is good.
I like the honey one, definitely.
Yeah, you don't need anything. That you can drink it like this.
Yeah, that'll definitely clear whatever's going on. It'll clear your sinuses or clear something.
Well, my ankle hurts. My ankle
If you're-
hurts, so I
if
may be
you're-
drinking this on the rocks in a little while.
Yeah,
def-
if your throat
find
starts
myself-
hurting, that's really good for your throat.
Yeah, definitely got to find yourself some of that peanut butter whiskey.
Oh, I've had that. That's good.
Mm. Never seem to do it in the local shops or anything, but you can order them online.
Yeah, so I didn't know this. I was watching Lloyd's show last night, and Art had his flag upside down. I told him, Art, your flag's upside down, and he told me the reason why his flag was upside down. It's the meaning of like the country's in distress.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
right.
fly, and if you're in the service and you're somewhere and you are in distress, that's the way of knowing to let your
Yeah.
people know that you need help.
That's really interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah, that's been around for centuries.
Yep.
Oh,
I don't think it's appropriate to be flying the U.S. flag upside down at this moment, though. But that's me.
You can
Well-
actually fly the Union Jack upside down as well. A lot of people don't think there's any difference, but there is.
that's ready.
Yep. At
Oh,
8th District, we
is
used
Donald
to,
holding a pair of nuts right now?
The white border above one of the
It
diagonal.
looks like he's holding a nut sack.
Who?
Thicker on one side than the other.
All right, guys. Well, I'm out of here. Dinner's ready, and I'm hungry. So
Okay.
I'll catch y'all. I'll catch y'all later.
Okay, Teach.
See ya.
Take care,
Enjoy.
TJ.
yeah, Steve, when I was stationed at 8th District, we used to put the flag up every morning. And we went out one morning and I was in charge of it. And we get out there and we're waiting for colors to start. Everything starts and the guys are hooking it up. All I got to do is salute. That's all I got to do. And tell them, ready to flag and go. I do that and they're hooking it up and they're standing there doing it. I'm standing to the side. They run it up. I look up there. It's upside down.
Mhm.
They had run it up upside down. I just looked at them and said, really? Look up. Like that. They were, oops. Had to bring it back down. Start all over. Really. And it's not hard to do it accidental. You just got to pay attention to what you're doing.
Mm.
All I needed was the colonel to drive up as he seen the flag on up upside down. And that wouldn't have been a pleasant conversation.
No.
Nope, there's got to be a real reason. Like you're right, Don.
Yeah.
To fly the flag upside down.
We were doing a color guard at the Superdome, and it was the Baltimore Orioles against I think it was the Yankees, and it was an exhibition game. And we're out there in our dress blues, and I'm like, we got a staff sergeant running it, and I'm a sergeant at the time, and I have the Marine Corps flag, and he has the color, he has the American flag, and we're standing there talking, and they said it's ready, y'all get set, ready to go, like that. So they're telling us, and he's turning around saying something to somebody. He jumps in on the wrong side real quick, calls us to attention. I said, you're on the wrong side. And he said, forward march. I said, you're on the wrong side. Like that. So we're marching out there, he's on the wrong side. So we get out there, and I said, you better do a reverse march up here, and I'm not moving. Like that. And he did the reverse march to turn us around and got himself in the right position. I stayed right where I was. Then I pivoted. And sure enough, we get back to the district next morning. The colonel says, why were y'all on the wrong side? Well, somebody
Wow.
didn't pay attention. That's all you can do. Fix it. We look professional even though we did it wrong.
Yeah. If you can't baffle them with bullshit, at least make it look like you know what you're doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with bullshit.
Yeah, that's what my the major used to tell me, that if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with bullshit, just do it right.
Yep.
Oh. I want something. I don't know what I want.
What do you want, Joe?
I don't know. I've got chicken to make a burrito with, but I've had a burrito today already early.
Hmm.
I don't feel like a burrito right now. I feel like a salad, and I've got stuff to make a salad, and I can take the chicken for the burrito and put it in the salad.
Hmm.
That might work. That's a thought. But then I've also got a bag of chicken wings.
Oh, okay.
The chicken wing is starting to call my name. You know,
I love them.
and I got
Yep,
4.5
watching
pounds
them
of chicken
last
wings in the bag, and I don't have to worry about a son walking in and say, "You made something for me."
Yeah.
So I may be doing chicken wings in a few minutes. Or I may just do that salad. The salad sounds good.
So what are you gonna
So
put
that
on?
salad.
Elaine.
Well, it'll be the salad, the chicken from it's made for the burritos. Got the taco seasoning and a little
Oh, okay.
ranch dressing. A little ranch dressing will be good.
When you're saying wings, I was thinking like you were making like, hot wings.
Well, the wings are they're like Tyson's, the honey barbecues.
Oh, okay.
All you got to do is throw them in the air fryer for about 12 minutes, and they come out perfect. And I also, you know what? I know what I got. I forgot all about it. I've got a leg and a thigh sitting in there. It's me and that leg and a thigh going to it. So I'll eat that leg. I'll make a salad, and eat the leg and the thigh. How about that?
There we go.
That's
That's what
even
I
better.
have actually when we have Pizza Friday every Friday. My wife's one that eats pizza. I may just have one piece. Otherwise, I have an order of um, buffalo wings that they have from the place
Yeah.
and antipasta salad.
Oh
okay.
yeah. Now we're talking. When I worked at Pizza Hut, when I was a GM, I'd get there in the morning and I have to get all the stuff set up. And I'd have to make sure Wing Street was all loaded up and everything had to be perfect, right? So
Yeah.
I'd go in there and I'd go in, that'd be my last thing in the day. I'd have to check everything, and you've got to run a batch of wings through in the morning to check them
Mhm.
to make sure everything's working right. So it's a little 8-piece throw in there. I take them 8 pieces. I take that aluminum foil, aluminium foil packages, and I double it, and I stick them in there when they come out, and it'd be the ones without any sauce, just the traditionals. I take them and I roll it up, stick it in my apron. Like that. I check one and say, okay, I'm sticking my apron. So during the day, when I had nothing going on, I'd be picking on that chicken, right? I came home. I did it later in the day one day. It was like 3 o'clock or something like 3:30, and I was getting off at like 4. So I had some in my pocket. I stuck in my pocket like that, and everything looked good because we always check the new ones when they come in. You always do it. So I did it. I get home and I brought pizza for the kids, and I'm doing all this. I said, oh, anybody want wings? And I reached in my pocket and pulled out the wings. My daughter liked to hit the floor. She goes, "You always have wings in your pocket?" I said, "Yeah, all the time." But I'd pick on the boneless. I mean, not the boneless, traditional, without the sauce. So I
Mhm.
wasn't adding any calories extra to it. And then I'd go and I'd get another one of those little bags and go into the where you make the pizzas at, and take mushrooms and green peppers and throw those in there. And I'd pick on green peppers and mushrooms all day. I actually lost weight working at Pizza Hut,
Mhm.
but I'd be picking on mushrooms all day. You know,
Sounds good.
but
So
my
what you
favorite
cook,
day was
so what you
Tuesday.
cooking up, Dan? How you doing? There's the other one that's always cooking.
Yeah, yeah. My favorite day was Tuesday when we did the pastas, and I'd make one for me because I'd always bring pastas
Dan?
home on Tuesdays. I'd bring an Alfredo and then the traditional, the marinara. And that marinara one would be full of sausage, green peppers, be all the stuff that wasn't supposed to be in it. I'd load it up, and I'd have it put to the side, make it and run it through. And it gave me enough. I had 3 teenage kids. When I brought those home, I had enough to feed everybody.
Wow.
You know, that and breadsticks. That I used to bring the breadsticks. They loved it. The fact that when they come on, they were here Mondays and Tuesdays. We had pizza, pasta, wings. You know,
Hmm.
it was like going to a restaurant every night, and that was GM Dad. You know,
There you go.
it was a hard job, about 60 hours a week. But you know what? When I look back at it, it was probably one of the most fun jobs I ever had. So I had a good crew. I had a real
Yeah.
good crew.
Plus, it's good,
Eh,
good training,
Oh yeah, I had a top
good
25
educational
store.
experience.
Oh yeah. Don't you dare. My neighbor's got a dog downstairs. It's a puppy, and every once in a while it starts crying, and they start. That puppy don't want to go to the pound. Y'all want to go? Put y'all on the pound. And I think I'm gonna go put about 6 or 8 chicken wings on.
You
And
got
then
a
eat
chicken
those in a
wing
little bit.
tonight?
Yeah, I think I'm a chicken
Hey.
wing.
That's enough just to get the mouth watering.
Yeah.
I know that's what's the bad part about it.
I'm not thinking about food because I've still got it coming out the other end, you know? And it didn't look the same going in.
Mm.
It never looks the same. The only thing that looks the same coming out is when you've eaten corn on the cob.
Yeah, corn.
There you
Corn's
go.
the
Little nuggets, yeah,
thing. Looks like a bunch of buckshot.
yeah. Well, maybe I left the hospital too soon because it's continuing.
Is it?
Mm.
But it is what it is. It just soon die in my sleep anyway.
Don't be talking like that.
That's probably you strained and tore something. You know, it's probably just superficial.
Could be.
Did they give you anything or tell you to take anything to loosen the stools up?
No. What I did is check myself in, and the waiting room was full of people. And I said, "How long is it going to be?" And they says, "Oh, about 4 or 5 hours." And so I says, "Well, where's the bathroom?" I went to the bathroom and squeezed out a whole bunch, and felt better. So I came back, took my wristband off, and handed it to the person. "Where are you going?" I says, "I'm not waiting."
Don't you have an urgent care around there you can go to?
Yeah, but all they do is if it's nothing that they want to handle, they call you an ambulance and you can sit down there. I went down there and on the gurney in a hallway and laid there for 6 or 8 hours.
Yeah. In the hospital, in emergency rooms anymore, that's all it is. It's always that way.
Yeah.
Mm.
You used to get priority on ambulance rides into the hospital, but after COVID, they stopped doing that. A lot of hospitals, and they've never reverted back to it.
Yeah.
Like here, our hospitals during COVID, they stopped with, if you came in on ambulance, you weren't considered priority anymore.
Called
And so-
triage.
Yep.
Yep. It's hell when you're
Cause-
sitting there and you got something that's not really serious, and you get back to back cardiacs coming in. And you
Yeah.
go sit. You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, there had to be easy 60, 65 people sitting in chairs down the hallways in wheelchairs and
That's not good.
no.
Times have sure changed over the years, that's for sure. I mean, you used to wait a little bit, but Granted, I worked most of my time in emergency room at March Air Force Base Hospital during my
Mhm.
time in the service as a medic when we were not flying. And we had 30, it was somewhere between 37 and 39,000 active duty and dependents on the base. So it's a full functioning, city hospital. So we'd see everything in there, from kids coming in from little league baseball accidents, bicycle accidents, motorcycle accidents, or because there was two parachute schools out there nearby us, and people that decided that I'm going to go over there and learn how to skydive, coming in with broken legs or broken
A lot
pelvis.
of broken ankles, broken legs.
Those were the
Mm.
days. Now I'm on my way out after I went to the bathroom and unloaded. There was a couple sitting in one of the chairs as I was walking by. He says, "How long have you been here?" "Since 1 o'clock."
Yeah,
Wow.
that sucks.
And I says, "Are they going to see you soon?"
Bet you they don't get a discount either.
I'm surprised they're not telling you to take something in order to soften your stools up, or probiotics or something to keep your.
Well, I have over the counter stuff that I take. I get these little pills, and I take 6 at a time.
And what are they?
Just a minute, I can tell you.
You need to take something like
Are they a probiotic or a stool softener?
these are stool softeners. You take it every day.
Well, now he needs a stool softener, but what he normally should
Yeah.
be doing if he's having problems is gets himself on a probiotics that'll keep,
But
the
it's gonna
enzymes
have to be a pill because it's not gonna be yogurt. It's gonna have to be a pill. It's not gonna be yogurt. I'm telling you.
I take a probiotic. That's one of the few things I take with vitamins, but I take that. Never have a problem.
My doctor told me
Dulcolax.
eat a prune every day. Dulcolax. Yep.
Oh yeah. That's a laxative. That's to get you. That's
Yeah.
to get you to get it going. Have you taken it?
Yeah, I took 6 of them.
You're supposed to take 6 of those things at one time.
No, it says 1 or 2 as needed.
Now we understand. That explains a lot.
So we're gonna have to come in and have the Roto-Rooter specialist come out now, because they're gonna blow out the sewer system when you do go.
Paul, it's probably irritating everything while you bleed.
It
You're
says
only supposed to take 2 and you take it
take
the
1
triple
to 3
dose.
tablets as needed. And I popped 6 in.
Come on, shit.
That's probably the reason, Paul.
Now, are you taking those orally?
Yeah,
Yeah,
my size, Donald, I haven't seen my
Why
asshole
did I
yet.
know you were gonna make that statement, Don? The moment you started to say something.
I haven't been introduced to my asshole in years.
he started smiling. I knew it was coming.
Oh.
You see my disclaimer up there, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Justin, are you still here?
Yeah. I was just
Okay.
wondering on something.
What'd you have for dinner?
Some sub sandwiches.
Ooh,
We had a bunch of sub stuff left over from a couple days ago, so I just made.
Now
a
that
sub
sounds
sandwich
good.
and
Jimmy John sounds good too.
Jimmy John's.
I just made a homemade sub.
Oh, homemade subs.
I've
Yeah,
been
we
wanting
made
Jimmy John's for
subs.
about a week.
What's
We
Jimmy
made
John?
some homemade subs a couple days ago, so we had some leftovers.
You like Jimmy John's, Joe?
Oh yeah, I like that number 9. It's Italian.
We don't have, what is it, is it like a Jersey Mike's or something like that?
Yeah, it's like a Jersey Mike's, but not as expensive.
Oh,
Now Jersey Mike's, they've got an Italian one too, and I keep saying I'm gonna go get that. It's right, it's closer to Jimmy John. I mean, it's like right here, you know. I keep saying I'm gonna do it, but I walked in there one time with the kids, and we always buy the footlongs at Subway, So we
Right.
went in and it was like $13 a piece.
Yeah.
This was years back. I said, "Oh hell no, I'm not eating at this place. Not for a sandwich, not that kind of sandwich."
What do you pay at Jimmy John's?
Jimmy John's $8.
$8, huh?
For a foot long sandwich?
It's about 10 inches, but
That's what
it's
she said.
but it's yeah, it's
Beat me to
loaded.
it. You beat me to it.
Yeah, I knew somebody got it. But it's loaded, you know, and everything else. So I was gonna say loaded with meat, but I knew better.
Yeah, we have Jersey Mike's and Subway here, plus another small place that's like a regular sandwich shop that makes anything and
Oh.
everything under the sun.
Well, you need to
Jersey
see
Mike's
that.
the first time a while back.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah, Sire's Meat Market down the street. I go over there and get a roast beef for $9.99, and it's gonna have 2.5 inches of roast beef on it, and it's a 12-inch sandwich on French bread, and you can't eat. I cannot anymore sit here and eat that whole thing. I got to
Mhm.
eat half of it and eat the half later. It's that much on it.
Tonight's mess, leftovers from Italian casserole that I made the other day. Cut it up, put it in the microwave, and ready to go.
There you go. I saw a recipe the other day for a cheeseburger meatloaf.
Cheeseburger what?
A cheeseburger meatloaf.
Meatloaf.
Yeah, it had all the cheese on the top and everything like that, like you'd have on a cheeseburger. And boy, I tell you what, thinking about making one of those.
Was it
You
made?
seen
but
it
was
where
a
they
meatloaf
stuff it in
fat
the
sauce.
inside, doing that exactly the same thing, but they put the cheese
Yeah.
in the inside?
Yeah, it's all over the top and some on the inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was. I sent it to my daughter-in-law, and because I said you need to make this, she goes, "Oh, that's going to happen this week." Yeah, it's going to happen this week.
Oh yeah.
That's what my son says. He said, "Shoot," he said, "I got myself a chef here. He'll come home and he keeps gaining weight." I said, "You better watch it. You got to be getting those expensive uniforms fixed." He's had to take them out already once.
Mhm.
I said, "That's living the married life."
Lamb and chicken curry, followed by Krispy Kreme donuts.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, Jim, did you see what Jim's droning put in here? He
Mm.
said his daughter took him to the hospital and he was in the waiting room and the daughter raised hell and got him in right away in 15 minutes. And within 15 minutes, he was on the operating table.
you
Oh,
start
good.
raising hell here, and then the cops are going to drag your ass out of the hospital.
Go
Yeah.
somewhere
We
else.
actually have all the hospitals here will either have a local or sheriff deputy stationed in them at all times. They actually have like little substations inside the hospitals.
Mhm.
Yeah, there is a sign. There is a sign in almost every hospital here. It says that any kind of abuse to a staff member or of medical is a felony offense, and you will be prosecuted.
They have armed security in there too as well. You have to
Yeah.
go through all metal detectors and everything before you go in there. Like even if you come in on the ambulance, the security will come up to you as you're coming on the door and go over you with little wall and shit and search through your shit.
Russell said a 2-inch sub would be a Tim Jackson sub.
If it wasn't Russell, it said it would have been Dusty.
Yeah.
Hey, Russell, don't encourage Justin.
Yeah, but in any time though you're in a hospital, that's one thing for sure. The squeaky wheel gets the help, and you got to do it. Especially if you're the person that's in there for the person that's ill. You got somebody else in there, and then that's usually another story, and you sit down and you just logically explain what's happening, and especially like for, Jim, you're in there for a heart condition. you got to get them through because unfortunately, it depends on where you're at. Some hospitals are really great that we have. I should say majority of our hospitals around here are pretty good. As far as, doing triage, they're pretty good about it. You're in there for a broken finger and they're not going to be worrying about you as the guy that's, having a heart attack.
Yeah, trouble with our accident and emergency is you can wait 3 hours in the waiting room before you get to see the triage nurse. I don't think I've ever been in A&E for less than 5 hours.
Jody.
Hey, Jody.
Mm.
How you doing, Paul?
Wow.
You feeling all right?
Well, little under the weather. You probably heard I drove myself to the hospital and then checked myself back out again.
Interesting.
Because Justin told me don't be hanging around down there. Get your ass home. Right,
George,
Justin?
What?
You
Do
told
what?
me to get my ass home, right?
I've always told you to take care of yourself. What's up, Jody?
Hey, Justin.
What's new on your end, Justin? Anything?
Fucking Russell. I just read that one.
Oh, about Tim Jackson? Yeah.
No, the one he wrote about me above that.
The woman wanted on drug charges is being picked up. Will soon be extradited over 1,000 miles away.
Shortly in a couple of minutes, she'll be turned over to Hidalgo County and be extradited to the state of Florida.
Now, are you playing tonight?
Officer Zavala.
I don't know. Weekdays kind of
This is your
slim
time.
on people playing, so
Clarify, clear everything up, close this
depends.
chapter, whatever nightmare it may have been, and then from there you move forward. Okay, do you understand? So it's nice to know things happen for a reason, right? So I mean, you wouldn't want this to be continual functioning for
Watching TV, Jody?
next time you say.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it down.
And you avoid these type of mistakes.
That's why it sounds a little echo because I don't have carpet down on this floor yet.
Mm.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like you're in the public bathroom on the live stream right now.
Yeah.
It's got 9-foot ceilings. When I built my house, it's finished basement, but it's 9-foot ceilings and there's no carpet on the floor. So it does kind of sound, a little echoey here.
Yeah.
You need a sofa, one wall, a couple of curtains against windows that aren't there.
Only once she has dealt with these charges can she start to rebuild her life.
Oh, if you put carpet in a room like that, it will make a huge difference alone.
Oh,
Just put a
yeah.
carpet in there, or even a few big rugs down.
Or even even area rugs, get a couple of them laid down, something to break it up.
Mm.
And then usually if you get some of that sound foam and you put it in front of you in the direction you're talking, it will help catch the noise. So it's not bouncing off the wall.
Or take those mirrors off the ceiling, Jody.
That's it. I did all plaster. 12-foot sheets of plaster. I'll tell you, it's a pain in the ass.
Well,
I
that's
remember
it.
when.
It's
Yeah, I
just
remember-
like concrete.
Draw a couple of big squares on the wall, put pictures of outside on them, and put curtains up.
Oh, I got
Yeah,
got 2 big egress windows
All right.
that
It's,
look
actually-
out and up.
it's a basement that's not completely underground.
And it sticks about, well, 9 foot ceiling, probably sticks about almost 2 foot out of the ground,
Right.
but I got big 48-inch egress windows that look out kind of out and up in the front of the house.
Mm-hmm.
But between the cement floor and the plasterboard, that's what kind of gives it that bathroom sound.
Yeah.
That's not good. United States Coast Guard reporting there's a partially submerged 35-foot sailboat down off from San Diego Harbor,
Mm.
off the jetty.
If it's partially just submerged, doesn't that make it a submarine?
I guess you call it a submarine.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's not a full, but just sub.
Yeah.
subsea sails.
Semi-submarine.
Oh, it's actually what it is it's there's an old jetty there that was a breakwater, and they've never done anything to it. And it's just dissolved and dissolved. I don't know if they hit it or what, but you get it over there in high tide times where you can't see it and you're not familiar with it. I don't know how many times boats run aground onto it.
Or it's a 6-inch sub rather than a foot long. Mm.
I just put 8 wings on. That's what I'm gonna have. 8 wings.
Well, what about
Might make the salad.
what am I gonna have?
I have no idea. I can't beam it to you, Scotty. We're not there yet.
No, I've got my
Why a weird number like 8?
Pizza at 8-piece wing. We had an 8 or 14-piece, so I made an 8-piece tonight,
Uh-huh.
and that's all it was fitting there. That's how big they are.
So what you cooking up, Don?
Yeah, I'm just doing dishes right now.
Oh, you already eaten?
No. I don't
Yeah.
know what I'm gonna have. Probably leftovers of some sort. We've got some burgers and some brats that still need to be eaten.
There you go.
So I got stuff for leftovers.
Yeah, I do this pasta thing because I get these. They're a real low carb because of being diabetic. They're a real low carb noodle. It's
Mhm.
called low carbs, and it's like a fettuccine. And what I do is I'll get them into a huge casserole dish, and I'll just put them in. And then what I'll do is I'll whip up 8 eggs, and I'll get them all whipped up, add a little bit of milk, and then I'll put it around all the uncooked pasta. You know, just coat this so everything gets as much coated as possible. And then I'll go ahead and put the sauce in, and then recoat everything so everything ends. So the eggs are mixed in with it, so it stays congealed. So by the when it comes out with the meatballs that I put in it, and then I put like cut fresh either zucchini or asparagus in there, and put that in there, and then get it in there and put a light coat of cheese on, and then bake it. And then just before I'm ready to get out, I'll pull the lid off and put another real good coat of cheese on it, and then pull that thing out. And then you can just sit there and eat it. And it's nice because you get the high protein with the eggs, and it's mixed in with it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, it does. My wife made some egg noodles and chicken, like chunked up chicken breast stuff last night, and
Mhm.
it's just like that's a comfort food. You know, those egg noodles just
Yeah.
Hey, Dominic, an hour and a half ago, we were at 89 degrees with 54% humidity. Feels like 100, right?
Yep.
We're at 90 degrees, 69% humidity, where it feels like 106.
Oh, no.
And it's gonna be like, it's probably gonna be like this tonight. And tomorrow we got from 7 in the morning till 7 at night, they got a high temperature warning again.
Mm.
Lance, that's exactly what this is, except it's just like, they're just little thinner noodles, like I don't know what you call it, the type of noodles are, but they're thin, but they're a little wide. So in essence, the same thing, spaghetti casserole. But without all the carbohydrates as regular spaghetti.
Yeah.
14
Well, I'm
14
I'm going to
carbs.
drop out, guys.
Take care,
So,
dog.
Okay,
Later,
Dominic.
Dominic.
Later.
Have a good
see
day.
you later.
Well, Joe, we've got 59 degrees centigrade and 94% humidity
Wow.
because we can't fit any more
Ouch.
water in the air. It's raining that hard.
You know, the one thing I will say though is I really did enjoy my son living here. It was nice to have him here because I could keep an eye on him basically, you know?
Mhm.
And that's really what it's all about. I know he was here and I could see how his days were going. I could see how his life's going. But you know, I'm glad he's got his place now because it's actually his first place that he's got, his first apartment.
Oh,
He's
okay.
25 years old. He's lived with a girl before, but it was never his own place, you know? So now it's his place, and he's really today he was bringing out all the stuff. He bought the bedding for the mattress and everything, and he changed the colors. And he's got pastels, and he's got all of this. His sofa's gray. He's got the blue accent pillows. And I said, I think you should have been a girl. Like that. I think you got a little feminine trait to you, because he got all these little pastel things, you know, Martha Stewart color.
Hey, Joe, you're
And he
gonna go
says-
get something to eat. I'm gonna close it down because I'm in and out of the bathroom.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get off too.
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. Steve, you're always welcome, my friend.
Thank
Donald,
you. Good to see you. Good. I hope you feel better, man.
drone shots. Yeah, I need all the help I can get.
Okay, Paul, take care of yourself.
Bye for
Later.
now.